the government from the law. And as minister, he was a learned scholar, both in Sanskrit and Arabic. So, he resigned his post as minister and wanted to join Lord Chaitanya in his Sankirtan movement. He had some difficulties to get out of the responsible position. The Nawab Hussain Shah was very much counting on his assistance. Generally, the Mohammedan kings, they were dependent on Hindu ministers. I have heard that in this Bombay city, Aga Khan, his establishment and management were all Hindu officers. I do not know whether it is a fact. Is it a fact? Yes. They know that Hindus can manage very intelligently. They are not extravagant. So, Sanatana Goswami was favored by Lord Chaitanya by instructing him for 2 months. He created 2-3 lieutenants for preaching his cult. One of them was Rupa Goswami, one of them was Sanatana Goswami, the chief of the Goswamis. And he talked with also Ramananda, another stalwart. He was also a statesman. He was governor of Madras on behalf of the then king of Orissa, Maharaj Putaru. He was very powerful king. The Mohammedans, the Pathans, they practically conquered all over India, but they could not enter Orissa. He was very strong. And in those days, Madras was under the Orissa government. So another responsible officer. So he was another big officer, governor. He also joined Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these 2 brothers, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they were ministers in the government of Hussain Shah. They also joined. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he was also a big zamindar, landlord. So he also joined. And a big scholar, he also from Madras side, Gopal Goswami. And Jiva Goswami, he was also a very big scholar. He happened to be from Bengal. In this way, 6 Goswamis, they were immediate disciples of Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya's instruction to them, directly he gave instruction to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and Ramananda. So one of the Goswamis, Sanatana Goswami, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructed at Benares. So his proposition was that some people, my neighborhood people, or my dependents, government officers, they call me as a learned scholar, Pandit. Of course, it is a system in India that a Brahmin is addressed as a Pandit because he is supposed to become a learned scholar. Brahmin business is to study Vedic literature and teach others also, perform. he must be scholar and he must make others also scholar, not that he simply remains a scholar. No, that is bad. Brahmin is so liberal that he wants to make others also scholar. According to part 1, Jajan Jajan. Jajan means worshipping the Lord, and Jajan means helping others. Please know, please give this. Please means he helps the householders how to become Krishna conscious. Purohit. Purohit means one who does welfare activities for the householders. Purohit. The Jajan Patana and Dana Pratikra. Brahman business is to take charity from his disciples, followers, and again spending for Krishna's service. So, these 6 kinds of business is for the Brahmins, and they are supposed to be very large. Pandit, Brahman's position is Pandit. So he was called Pandit, and he was actually Pandit. But he presented himself as a fool, although he was learned. He presented himself by a dumb. People say that I am very dumb, but actually I do not know what I am, where from I have come, why I am suffering. First of all, we do not know that we are suffering. Then we say, why you are using this fan? Because you are suffering. Because the excessive heat you cannot tolerate suffering. Similarly, in the winter season, this wind will be another suffering. You have to close the doors tight so that the air cannot come. Now the air is counteracting suffering. And in other season, the same air will be suffering. So, the air is the cause of suffering, and it is so-called cause of happiness also. Actually, we are simply suffering. That we do not know. But we get information from Lord Krishna that this place is Dukkha Asaram. It is a place for miseries. You cannot expect any happiness. That is our principle. That is our principle. We are trying to adjust things to become happy, but we are so foolish that we do not know there cannot be any happiness. This is called ignorance. This is called ignorance. That what Bhagavad says. Every one of us born foolish, and we are acting in different ways to become happy, but we do not know that in this state we are being defeated. We are fighting with the stringent laws of nature, struggle, but we are happy by some complacent thought that we are becoming happy. We are advanced. We are becoming educated, we are advanced in time. But Bhagavad says, no, you are not advanced, you are simply being defeated. Because you do not know how to get happiness. You are not trying for real happiness. So this ignorance is dissipated by the knowledge of the Vedas. Practically therefore said, Krishna will say that because we are so foolish, we have forgotten how to become happy. Therefore, Krishna has made so many many Vedic literatures. Atayam Krishna Veda Purana Garina. So we should take advantage of these Vedas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says, we have already talked now. He said, Sadhu Shastra Kripa Devi Krishna Namo All. This is mentally, I think you understand, I explain it to you. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's proposal by the mercy of Sadhu, holy man, or saint keepers, and behold, who is Sadhu? We know this term Sadhu. Sadhu means saint keepers. But actually, there are different kinds of sadhus. Generally, people accept a sadhu when he is dressed in the saffron, the garment. But there are different kinds of sadhus. Mahatma. Some of them may be gyanis who want to merge into the Brahma, defiance, and another sadhu may be yogis who are trying to the same ambition to merge into the Supreme by finding out in the heart. Yogi, Pasantinam Yogi. Their name was Dita, Manasa. By meditation, meditating mind, their name was Dita Manasa, Yanga Pasanti Yogi. Yogi now, they are trying to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead by meditating mind. That is true. That is also sadhu. And bhaktas, just like we are taking the path of devotional service to serve Krishna at any cost. We don't think anything greater than the service of the Lord. That is the bhakta's position. Anukullena Krishnanushivaram. That is Bhakti. Simply to serve Krishna, even Krishna conscious, always thinking of Krishna, how will you be satisfied? Not thinking of Krishna, how I shall feel. That is conscious Krishna conscious. Conscious always thinking of Krishna, but it is business-wise to make plan how to feel Krishna. Not that sort of Krishna consciousness. Our Krishna consciousness is Anukullena. Even how Krishna is satisfied. Although conscious Krishna consciousness helping, he got liberty. Krishna consciousness is so nice that if you become Krishna conscious and favorably, this thing you get immediate profit in the world. For we, the jnanis and yogis, that they are trying hundreds of years. Krishna is so nice. If you simply think that I shall kill Krishna, I shall kill Krishna. There is a story in the Bhakti Vedanta that one Pandit was reciting Bhagavad and he was describing Samsundar. Mother Jasoda was decorating with all jewels very nicely to go with his covered by friend with the cups and towels. Samsundar and in the forest of Vrindavan. So one thief was also hearing that Srimad Bhagavatam. So he thought it wise, why not go to Vrindavan and get all these ornaments from his wife? They are all boys, so either I can kill them or somehow I can cheat them and take these ornaments. There's a long story, I'm not so with that spirit, he went to Vrindavan to find out some Sundar to exploit him, to take all the honor from him. But when actually went to Vrindavan, he was finding a very Samsundar, very Samsundar king. And here I am. So, first I was just planning, my dear father, you give me all these ornaments, I'll give you next day. He said, no, I cannot do. My mother will be angry. No. In this way, then he decided that I can take forces. In this way, simply we are simply some Samsundar we can do. That is the fact. Dhruva Maharaj also went to worship Samsundar Krishna to get the kingdom of his father. He was insulted by his stepmother that you cannot sit down on the throne or on the lap of your father because you are not born from my home. So he took very serious. He went to his mother and my stepmother insulted him. So his mother said, my dear boy, yes, it is that. Because you are not born from my, what is called, wife, and the home, I am unfortunate, you are born of my home, so you cannot, then I must have, the boy was very Kshatriya. Then Krishna helps you, then he can, otherwise how you can. Then he went to search of Krishna in the jungle, and he searched of. And when he saw Krishna, he said, Swami Gita me, no, I want. No, I want. This is the problem. So, your bhakti is without any desire. But even if you are filled up with desire, you go to Krishna. Don't go to other temples. Account Sarvakama Mokshama Udanadhi. Even Bhakti Yogina, Jalita Paramantu. Even if that desire, not that will not last the Sunnah, without any material desire. Then you go to temple to God for some fulfilling some material desire. So Shastra says, even if you have got material desire, even if you are not Shuddha, what to speak of Shuddha? Even if you are angry on Krishna, somewhere or other go to Krishna. Go to the fire and in get work. That is our program. The Goswamis is a comment there. Yena tena prakarena mana Krishna religion. Somehow or other, you just try to become Krishna conscious. And then everything is successful. That is our goal. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sadhu Shastra Vipa. A sadhu means devotee, that I am going to explain. A sadhu, there are different kinds of sadhu, but only the devotee is sadhu. It is explained by Krishna himself. Obedience to Durata, Adati Imam Anandava, sadhu. He is sadhu. Even if you find some detraction due to his formality, but he is simply engaged in Krishna's service and lives in devotee. He is sadhu. In spite of some defects, defects are real. In fire there are some defects. Fire is so pure that anything impure you put it in the fire, it becomes pure. But you know, in our Hindu system, if one utensil becomes impure sometimes, they put it in the fire and it becomes pure. It is not. In Bengal, this is the fire is considered to be pure. Therefore, any ceremony is done before fire god. So, Krishna says that where fire is so pure, still there are some defects, very small. So if you want to find out defects, you find out in fire. But that doesn't matter. Fire is fire. Similarly, a devotee, an unflinching devotee, without any other desires, who is dedicated to the service of the Lord, is happy. So we have to take shelter of the sadhu, sadhu Buddha. And sadhu will instruct you, not by faith, but through shastra. This sadhu. Sadhu will never speak to anything which is not in the shastra. Sadhu shastra and guru. And guru is bona fide spiritual master who follows sadhu and shastra. Who follows his bona fide spiritual master and who follows the instruction of sadhu. Sadhu shastra guru bhakti related to Yadu. Nanda Sadhu says that you have to act by accommodating the instruction of sadhu, instruction of shastra. And the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that these ignorant people who are being defeated, such persons, they are really entangled in this materialistic way of life, this material world. Krishna Bhujana, he said, Krishna Bhujana Onadi Bhojimo. Anyone who has abandoned Krishna is Onadi Bhojimo. He is enamored by this external energy, material world. Just like the publicity. Everyone is working hard, very hard. But the ambition is, how I shall be able to construct the skyscraper building. That's it. Why they are working so hard? The ambition is that I must have a skyscraper, a house, a good apartment, a nice wife, 9 children, and 9 grandparents, then. But he does not know how long this thing will continue. 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, then finish. Your skyscraper building, your nice wife, your apartment, your dress, everything that you are doing. You do not know where you are going. Then you do not know. Then it is. Jangan Mahavishnu Swarupi, at the time of death, everything will be done. What are you going to be then? You have to accept another body. So that body will be created in its life. Jangamvati, and that body structure will fall at the time of your death. So it's like if you leave this apartment, you have to go another apartment. So you have to select another apartment. Good or bad, that will depend on your person, how much rent you are able to pay. Then you will be about. Similarly, at the time of death, by the superior arrangement, another apartment will be given to you, and immediately there is settled life to leave this body connected to that. Prema, karmana, that will be considered by your work. If your works are nice, that is explaining Bhagavad Gita. Janti deva pratati va, pitrim janti pitrim pratati, bhutani janti dekya, maryadino vijanti ma. So if you have prepared your life for going to the hard planetary system, the moon planet or sun planet or there are so many hundreds of thousands, millions of planets. And similarly down, similarly within, similar world, owning world. So, who down Gayatri Sattva. If you have developed Sattva, then it will allow to go to Java planet. Purnam Vachanti Sattva. Madhri Tishkanti Rajasa. Jahanna Gunavrittisya Adho Vachanti Tamasa. So we have to see from the Shastras that was happening. So this is the position. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that sometimes we are elevated to the Sarva-lok, sometimes we are going to the Nara-lok. In this way it is going. But this is not our good business. Suppose I am in this good apartment, say for 6 months, and next, if I cannot pay the rent, I have no means, then I have to call Yogi. There are yogis also in Bombay. So not that because one is in Bombay, he is always the cycler. He may be yogi also. So, everyone wants. So this is going on. So Gopus already go on. Sometimes in the heavenly planet, sometimes in the earth planet. This is going on. But this business is not good. No. That's all one can do. If you do get the body of the heavenly planet, what you get, there is also some of the future of the being. You have to die there. When Brahma dies, I don't know not our. So this is the part of Swami. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he sadhu has to be widely Krishna. Our only weakness is how to become Krishna conscious. How to become Krishna conscious. That can be done simply by the mercy of sadhu. When sadhu's business is go from door to door and enlightenment. Mom Vicharanam Veena, Veena, Veena Chetasa. The sadhu's business is that he goes from door to door and tries to involve Krishna consciousness, dormant Krishna consciousness. In everyone's heart there is Krishna consciousness. It is in the sleeping state. Just like this European American boy. Unless there is Krishna consciousness dormant, how it could be invoked? It's not sentimental. It was there. Our business was to just to arouse. Samanadi Sukha Chitte Koroyuga. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadha Bhagwan. Samanadi Sukha Chitte Koroyuga. This is the kind of people. The Krishna consciousness is already there. But by hearing and purifying yourself, that consciousness comes. There is like water. Water is very clean. When it drops from the ground, it is very clean. But as soon as it drops from the ground, it becomes muddy. So that muddiness has to be clean, then water will come out again. Similarly, our consciousness is clean. Krishna consciousness. Actually, originally. But because it is contaminated with the muddy things of the material nature, it is a cloud. So this process, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, is the cleaning, clarifying process of the consciousness. Clarifying process. Srila Dharma Marjanam, Bhavaha Dava Nibbana. If we take to this clarifying process, then it will be just like as clear as here, and you will be able to see your face and what happens. Then you understand that I do not belong in this material world. I belong to the spiritual world. I am a mass being. And when you realize that, then if you can act yourself as Brahma, then Brahma Bhuta Brahma Brahma Some service rupees, Madhava, Lavate Brahma. That is the beginning of truth. Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The sadhu Sankirti Vajali Krishna moves forward, saying him Nistari. Nistari means he becomes delivered. If somehow or other he becomes Krishna Bhakta, by the mercy of the sadhu, and by understanding the Shastra, if somehow or other he becomes a link to Krishna consciousness, then anything could be delivered Bhakti, miserable condition of the life. Maya Kare Charo, then this illusion, Maya, releases already. Here now. That is all stated in Bhagavad Gita. Devi Jesa Nama Gunamani Mama Maya Buddhaya Mamaya Prabhatanti Maya Vedanta. It's simple drop. That is surrendered to Krishna, and Maya immediately gives you release or no. That's all. Yes? Because then so this Krishna consciousness movement is very scientifically organized and practical and very simple. You all take to hear that is our goal. If there were any questions, you can ask. We shall hold class here in the morning at our upper 5 to 6, and in the evening at 7 after 7.